Welcome back to Wrestling Flash. In this WWE and all things wrestling video we are going to look at Brock Lesnar loves Logan Paul, Vince McMahon hates his own son, Ronda Rousey leaving after WrestleMania 38, WWE replacing Brock Lesnar, and more. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, so you are the first to know when we upload a new video. Brock Lesnar loves Logan Paul. WWE Champion Brock Lesnar is impressed with the Empire YouTube star and professional boxer Logan Paul has built for himself. The Maverick is scheduled to make his WWE in-ring debut at WrestleMania 30, where he will team up with The Miz to take on Rey and Dominic Mysterio in a tag team match. He will also be a playable character in the new video game WWE 2K22. During an interview with the New York Post ahead of his match at Madison Square Garden, Brock Lesnar praised Logan Paul and his brother Jake. The Beast Incarnate also commented on the former possibly becoming a WWE superstar. Great for YouTube. I'm happy for those guys. They worked at something. They built their name up. They thought outside the box. They promoted themselves. Can he become a professional wrestler? Maybe if he puts as much ambition into that, said Lesnar. Logan Paul isn't the only one who will be competing at the grandest stage of them all, as Lesnar is currently set to face Roman Reigns in a winner-take-all title unification. The high-stakes bout will be the main event of WrestleMania Night 2. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the winner of the bout will be referred to as the unified WWE champion for however long it lasts. Wrestling Observer newsletter says WWE will refer to the winner of Brock Lesnar vs. Roman Reigns as the unified WWE champion. The Beast and the head of the table have fought twice before in the main event at WrestleMania for a world title. Roman Reigns was pinned in both scenarios, first by Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31 and then Lesnar himself at 34. Who do you think will be the unified champion at WrestleMania 38? Let us know in the comments below. Vince McMahon hates his own son. Vince Russo believes Shane McMahon never had a realistic chance of living up to Vince McMahon's high expectations. Shane was reportedly quietly let go by WWE following the 2022 Royal Rumble. The 52-year-old allegedly created chaos backstage before his participation in the 30-man Royal Rumble match, prompting Vince to cancel his son's WrestleMania 38 plans. Russo worked with the McMahons during his time as WWE's head writer. Speaking on the Insider's Edge podcast, he said Shane always wanted to make his father proud. He was forever trying to prove himself to his dad. He was never going to live up to Vince's expectations, ever. Because Vince expected Shane to be Vince, and Shane's not Vince. Shane's a family man. Shane loves his wife and loves his kids, and I bet you, bro, the reason why Shane is that way is because he didn't get that as a child, stated Russo. Vince McMahon recently spoke about his family on the Pat McAfee show. Without naming names, the WWE chairman admitted he probably expected more from his family members regarding their contributions to WWE. Vince Russo wrote storylines for WWE when Raw received its highest ratings in the late 1990s. Shane McMahon became an on-screen character during that time after previously working as a referee and in various backstage roles. Reflecting on Shane's attitude when he was younger, Russo said the former European champion behaved differently compared to his father. I always call him a kid, but now he's a man. But I always loved him, bro. Hard worker, honest. I never saw an ego with Shane McMahon ever. And he had every right to have an ego because Vince is his dad. Shane's apparent exit from WWE prompted wild speculation that he could join AEW. Tony Khan, AEW's president, is open to having a conversation with the former SmackDown commissioner, but he does not expect to hire him. Ronda Rousey leaving after WrestleMania 38. Ronda Rousey recently discussed what her WWE status would be after WrestleMania 38. Revealing that she will be around for a while. The former UFC star is scheduled to collide with Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship at the grandest stage of them all. She earned the opportunity at the title by winning this year's Women's Royal Rumble match. During her latest Facebook gaming stream, Ronda Rousey joked that she'd stay in WWE until she and her husband Travis Brown were ready to have another child. The couple welcomed their first daughter, Lakia Makalapue Kalanipo, in September last year. Yes, I am staying. I'll be staying for a while. I just had a baby. I'm not ready to have another one yet, so I'll be staying around till we're ready for number 2 or 4, said Rousey. 3 years ago today, WWE officially announced that Ronda Rousey vs. Becky Lynch vs. Charlotte Flair would headline WrestleMania 35. Big Time Bex pinned Rousey to capture Raw and SmackDown women's titles at the event. At WrestleMania 38, the former UFC champion and the Queen will headline the show of shows once again. During a recent interview, Charlotte stated that Ronda earned her respect. I have nothing but respect for her. What she was able to do and the doors that she opened for women at that time had never been done before. Had there not been a Ronda, I don't think there would have been a women's revolution. I like to say that I'm the Ronda of WWE and she is the Charlotte Flair of MMA. said Flair. Who is your pick to win the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania 38? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. WWE replacing Brock Lesnar. WWE Champion Brock Lesnar has had an illustrious career in the company, having won several world titles. The promotion now seemingly has plans for a young star to be another Brock Lesnar. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, Monday Night Raw superstar Gable Steveson will be fast-tracked to the main roster, and WWE is planning to book him like the Beast incarnate. Gable Steveson will also be fast-tracked to the main roster. Meltzer said the idea is for him to be another Brock Lesnar. The 2020 Summer Olympics gold medalist Gable Steveson shares a great bond with the Beast incarnate. Both the stars are former NCAA Division I champion and belong to the University of Minnesota. During an appearance on Corey Graves' After the Bell podcast last year, Steveson revealed the once-in-a-lifetime advice that he got from Lesnar. Brock, a while ago, was preparing me for the long journey that he knew I was going to have. Before I even won the national title, before I was even doing the things that I do now, Brock came in my freshman year of college and talked to me about winning and friends and having the right people, having the right circle around you. Having guys like that, who you really don't see, that are big-time ballers and players in the world. To have them come in and sit me down and give me the gist of how his life was and how he became so successful and tried to put it into me, it's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing that you have to listen to, said Steveson. Following a triumphant Summer Olympics, Gable Steveson made a brief appearance at WWE SummerSlam 2021. A few days later, in September 2021, Steveson officially signed with the company. At the 2021 WWE Draft, Steveson was drafted to Monday Night Raw but is yet to make an appearance on the Red brand. Fans are hoping to see him face Brock Lesnar in a WWE ring one day, in what would be a dream heavyweight bout. Cody Rhodes WrestleMania 38 match lead. Reports of Cody Rhodes heading to WWE have been doing the rounds for quite a while now, so much so that fans have begun to question if it's even going to happen. But a recent report from Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter has claimed the next few days will be vital in determining Cody's WrestleMania 38 status. Looks like WWE might have plans for a Cody Rhodes vs. Seth Rollins match after all. WWE had its creative set up for a secret debut of Rhodes imminently, as in the next week or so, regarding how he was debuting, and a match that has been confirmed would be with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, Meltzer noted. Meltzer also revealed that the WWE creative team has been told to stop formulating plans for the Rollins vs. Rhodes match until the latter signs his contract. It's been reported that Rhodes' deal with WWE is in a state of purgatory as of now, with him yet to make it official. The American Nightmare has several options that he could explore if he doesn't choose to sign for Vince McMahon's company, but it would be a massive opportunity missed, considering the potential feuds he can have in WWE. Dave Meltzer has reported that the contract negotiations between Cody and WWE are still undetermined. On the Wrestling Observer forum, Meltzer mentioned that Rhodes has a couple of opportunities set for him on the table. Negotiations hit a snag. He has multiple offers. He has to make a decision. WWE wants the decision made soon for obvious reasons. The ball is in his court. It seems we'll have to wait a couple of days to get confirmation whether the plans for Seth Rollins vs. Cody Rhodes go through. Would you like to see a match between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 38? If not, who would you like to see Cody face against instead? Let us know your thoughts in the comments